I think we can all agree, undisputably, that this tank right here, the Hori, is probably the most broken tank destroyer at tier 10 in this current meta. If you have reservations about such thoughts, then please let me know, but I think we can all agree this is the most broken tank at tier 10 at the moment. The armor profile, great. It's very trollish, it's pretty good. The gun is far and wide something incredible. It is a fantastic gun, fantastic weapon. It's got amazing DPM for what it is. If we were to actually equip this with gun rammer, you can get 3,200 damage per minute, and that's without full provisions, by the way. So if we equip this with full provisions, you should be able to see a nice jump. There you go, 3,397 damage per minute, so almost 3,400 DPM. It's got enough DPM to really make tanks, or make the enemy tanks, squeal. It really does. And we're about to see exactly just what this tank can do when put in the right situations and played correctly. It's not a very difficult tank to play. You don't need to be a Unicum pro player to play this tank properly. It doesn't take a genius to play this tank, trust me. You can actually play this thing pretty well if you know the basics of the tank, as I'm going to show you. So here we are, watching my good friend Mervilius. Look, honestly, I can't pronounce the name. We're going to call her Mary, okay? Merv. We're going to call her Merv, okay? There we go. Merv is playing in her Hori on Alpenstat. Fair enough. This is an interesting map for a tank destroyer like this, because it means that you can actually... Well, it means that you can use this tank's full potential on this map. Quite significantly, actually. There's plenty of spots where this tank can sit and just farm damage. If you want to play in an aggressive position, you're more than welcome to do that. It can very well do that. Again, like I said, it's got a very trollish armor profile. It's very flat on the sides, and you can side scrape in this thing and bounce shots. It's got very good mobility. As you can see, she's trudging along at 41 kilometers per hour there on a flat surface. It's got enough mobility to get to a position. The accuracy, phenomenal. The Pramo is premium AP, which means you don't lose penetration the further the round has to travel. It's just an AP round, but with better penetration. That's all it is, which means it's actually preferable. And it means that it's actually cheaper than a heat or an APCR round. So you can fire a lot of these and you actually not lose a lot of DPM, because you're doing about, 500 alpha per Pramo shot and like 520 or something like that, or 510 on your standard round. So you're not doing much of a difference in terms of alpha damage. So if you need to fire premium AP, you can fire premium AP and there's no issues whatsoever. Bit of a problem here with the VK90 choosing to side scrape in this position, which is fair enough. He got here first, understandably so. Merv needs to maybe move around a little bit here, but she has gotten one shot so far, and it's already been 2 minutes into the battle. There's a Grill 15 there. He needs to be careful because Merv has got her eyesight on him. Yep, right there. Bye-bye. Good luck, you bloody legend. You've just been cleared. And there you go. She gets a bounce there from the 121B, and this is what you can do in this tank. You can bounce quite a lot of shots. There is a lot of troll armored areas on this thing. A beautiful shot there into the side of the STB-1 does damage. Unfortunately, the STB-1 does hit our protagonist here, and she does lose some hit points and loses an Amarak. But luckily for her, she has a multi-purpose repair kit. But she's also running adrenaline, and she's running reactive armor, which is another thing that I need to respond to this, or rather address with this tank. It's got reactive armor. What that means is, it means you can literally sit here and farm damage all day long and wreak havoc. This STB is struggling to do an awful lot of damage with with the reactive armor. Yeah, he bounces a shot and she clears him. Look at that. Already 3,430 damage. She's killed 3 of those tanks, 2 of them which were right next to her, trying to encircle her. Those 2 medium tanks didn't do their role properly, but it also helped that Merv knows exactly how she can rock and roll with this tank. Now, it's a 2 versus 3 situation. There's 3 tanks on her team, very low hit points, and there's 2 big dog tanks on the enemy team. There's a Type 5 Heavy, who she is going to penetrate. Yes, she is. 618 alpha damage. Get in there, you beauty. The Type 5 is killed by the IS-7, but that just leaves her and the IS-7. And I believe the IS-7 is, yeah, he's literally, all that WZ just has to breathe on the IS-7 and he's dead. She gets a nice shot into WZ, so she's up to 4,622 alpha. She's asking for help. The VK is telling the IS, no, don't do that. The IS-7 is saying, okay. She manages to figure out that she gets a lucky bounce there. 650 alpha damage shot bounce. Here we go. This is where the DPM of this tank comes in handy. She's hit the adrenaline. She's hit the reactive armor. Here we go. It's a matter of who's going to penetrate who first and who's going to get that last shot in. He bounces again on her armor. Can she get this last shot? Can she? Of course she can. Fantastic. She gets 2 lucky bounces there and ends up killing that WZ 113 GFT. Fantastic bit of work there, and a great result. 6,168 damage, 4 kills. Of course, it's an Ace Mastery, high caliber, and a Top Gun award there. Obviously, it's going to happen. This is what happens when a tank is just so damn good, and even when you make mistakes, it performs exceptionally well, and that's what this tank can do. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Ho-Ri. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of the Ho-Ri. If you agree with me that this tank is the most OP tank destroyer at tier 10. If you disagree with me, let me know. Otherwise, what do you think of the nerfs that this thing is going to be receiving in the upcoming update in December? As far as I know, I believe it's the sandbag armor is getting removed, so you're not going to see the sandbag armor anymore. I think reactive armor is also being removed. I have to double check again on my notes. But correct me in the comments down below, but it is getting a bit of a nerf. Other than that, I mean, not everyone uses the sandbag armor anyway, so there's literally no, it's not going to really impact the tank as much. It's still going to be an excellent performing tank destroyer. Ladies and gentlemen, look after yourselves, look after your friends and family, peace in the Middle East and everywhere else in this beautiful world. And as always, I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace, legends.